Hello everyone. So now we are going to discuss the interpreter design pattern. So interpreter design pattern belongs to the behavioral category of the design patterns. So here it's mainly interacting with how the classes interact. So it's mainly solving the issues that we see between the class interactions. So interpreter, as its name itself indicates, it helps you in interpreting the language contents. So now suppose I write my high level program, say in C++ I write one program. So you need someone to understand the program that you have written, right? So you need someone who converts that high level program into a target language which your computer system can understand. So who is doing that task of interpreting your program? It's the compiler, right? So there is a compiler who sits in, who reads the program that you have written, who interprets the program that you have written and compiles it into an object code which your computer can understand. So this interpreter is nothing but a design pattern whose main task is interpreting or understanding what's in the language. So interpreter design pattern is a design pattern that specifies how to evaluate sentences in a language. I repeat, interpreter pattern is a design pattern that specifies how to evaluate sentences in a language. So you can define set of rules as part of this pattern, to which the input is the high level language, which will be interpreted by the rules that you have defined in the pattern, and the interpreted result is going to be output of this pattern. So to this pattern you have an input which is a high level language. Pattern has all the set of rules which will help in understanding the high level language, and output of this pattern is the final target understood language or converted language to the target guy. Okay, so that's in simple terms what an interpreter design pattern is all about. The basic idea here is to have a class for each symbol in your language. The symbol can be terminal or non-terminal. Terminal is the basic element which cannot be divided further. Non-terminal is a category which can be divided further into set of terminals and non-terminals. So the basic idea of this pattern is to have a class for each symbol. Symbol can be terminal or non-terminal. The syntax tree of a sentence needs to be created in a language in order to understand the language and to evaluate the sentence. So the syntax tree is formed for a sentence in a language which will help in evaluating or interpreting the sentence. So the very important question that you need to ask to yourself is what are the uses of interpreter pattern? Where will this interpreter pattern be actually used when you are designing your applications? It is normally used for a specialized database query languages such as SQL. So once you write SQL query, interpreter design pattern is already implemented in SQL, which will help SQL in understanding what query user have written. So the interpreter pattern will convert your high level query into a syntax tree by which it will interpret your SQL statement. It will interpret what you want to say in the form of high level SQL statement, and it will provide the required inputs to the database. So the specialized computer languages which are often used to describe communication protocols. This is also the second place where you can use the interpreter pattern. So while defining different communication protocols. And most general purpose computer languages actually incorporate several specialized languages. So you can define different expressions, you can define different rules, you can define different protocols to interpret the sentences in high level language. and that can go into interpreter. So in this UML diagram that I have shown here, there is an abstract expression which interprets. Now there is a terminal expression, is an expression which cannot be broken down further. You can assume this as a leaf node in a tree. And there is non-terminal expression, which is an aggregation of abstract expressions, meaning non-terminal can either be a terminal or a non-terminal. It's a group of terminals and non-terminals. So terminal is an entity which cannot be broken down further. It is just like a leaf node in a tree. Non-terminal expression is an expression which is made up of a set of terminals and non-terminals. That's why it is aggregated. It's an aggregation of abstract expressions which in turn can be terminal or non-terminal. So this is a simple example of the interpreter design pattern. So I have defined a grammar here where expression can be either plus or minus or variable or number. I repeat, expression is a terminal here which can be either plus or minus or variable or a number. So since it is on the left hand side, it's a non-terminal actually. Now this plus is expression plus. Okay. Minus is expression minus. These are different rules, those are defined in the interpreter design pattern. Now variable can be A, B, C, D, Z. It is A or B or C or D or goes till Z. Similarly, digits can be 0 or 1 or 2 till it goes to 9. Number can be a digit or digit followed by another number. Like, is 9 a number? Yes. Why? Because number boils down to digit and digit boils down to 9. Is 19 a number? Yes. Because number boils down to digit followed by number. So I am replacing digit with 1 and this number I am replacing it with the digit which in turn is getting replaced with 9. So 19 is also a number. This is how these rules are encoded. I'll repeat, suppose user gives 9. Is it a number? Yes. Because number boils down to digit and digit boils down to 9. That's why 9 is a number. Is 19 a number? Yes. Because 1 and 9. Let's see how it is encoded. So number is digit followed by a number. So digit, I am substituting it with 1. So 1 comes in place of 9. Number is a number. This number is replaced with a digit because number is again a digit. And digit, I am replacing it with 9. So 19 is also a number. So this defines a language which contains a reverse polish expressions like all this. So all this are also as per the grammars. AB plus. How do we get AB plus? We need to go to this. Expression is replaced by plus. Plus is replaced by expression plus. This expression is replaced with variable. Variable in turn is replaced with A. So I get a A. This expression is replaced with variable and variable is replaced with B. So I got a B and this plus is here. So I'll again explain this. AB plus, check whether this is a correct sentence. I need to interpret this sentence, right, from the set of rules. So AB plus, is this a valid string? Start with expression. Okay, expression, I am replacing it with plus. Plus, I am replacing it with expression plus. So currently I have expression plus. This expression, I am replacing it with variable. So I have variable expression plus now. That variable I am replacing it A. So I have A expression plus now. So A expression plus. This expression I am replacing with a variable. That variable I am replacing it with B. So I have AB plus now. So AB plus is a correct sentence. Let's check whether second sentence is correct. So I am evaluating expression with plus, which is expression plus. Okay, and this expression I am replacing with expression minus. So this is nested. Similarly, this is nested. So we are interpreting here these sentences using those grammar symbols. So here is a very simple code example of an interpreter pattern. So what I have done is I have a class called interpreter, and there is a function called run which goes from to. So there is a for loop till from is equal to 2. I keep on looping. There is a switch case. What do? I check the content of this iterator. If it is H, I print hello. If it is empty, I print empty. If it is W, I print world. If it is exclamation, I print exclamation. If it is N, I print a new line character. If I don't match anything, I print unknown command. So here in the main, I call a hello world function and I pass this string H space W exclamation N. So this string is passed here, and the beginning and end iterators are passed to run function. So it comes here. So from beginning to end, it keeps on iterating. In place of H, it will print hello on the screen. In place of single space, it will print single space on the screen. In place of W, it will print world on the screen. In place of exclamation, it will print exclamation on the screen. In place of N, it will print a new line character on the screen. So in short, it will print hello space world exclamation on the screen. So interpreter is a design pattern which interprets, which tries to understand your sentence. So what this pattern is doing here, it is trying to understand this sentence that I have given. So I have an interpreter pattern here, and I have a run function. It iterates through the string that you are passing in, and if a particular character is H, it prints hello. If a particular character is single space, it prints single space. If a character is W, it prints world. If it is exclamation, it prints exclamation symbol. If it is N, it prints a new line character. So in the main, I am calling a hello world function and passing this string. Let's say our interpreter is learning this string. So I am calling a run with start and end iterators. So it will just go through all the characters in this string, and it will print hello, it will print a space, it will print a world, it will print exclamation sign, and it will print a new line character. So hello space world exclamation new line character will be printed on the screen. So with that, I am completing the interpreter design pattern. Thanks a lot.